Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a spring inspired look. It's kind of an orangey look on the lid and then more of a peachy orange cheek and then kind of a neutral pink lip. I used almost all drugstore products. The only thing that I didn't, because I didn't own one, was a brow product, but everything else is from the drugstore and is fairly inexpensive to pick up. I hope you guys like it, and thanks for watching. I'm going to start out with two primers and I'm going to mix them. I'm going to use the Hard Candy Sheer and Base Skin Illuminating Primer and the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer in Radiant Glow. I like mixing them because the Hard Candy has a little bit more silicone feel that helps hide my pores a little bit better. Next, I'm moving on to foundation with the Revlon Colorstay Foundation in 150 Buff, and I'm using the one that's for normal to dry skin and just rubbing it in with my fingers. Now I'm going to conceal my under eyes. First I'm going to go in with the Garnier Skin Renew Anti-Dark Circle Roller and just deep puff under my eyes a little bit and start the coverage. It's a very sheer coverage with this one. And then when I'm finished blending that in, I'm going to go in with the Covergirl and Olay Simply Ageless Eye Concealer. This is 210. I think this one may be discontinued, but it covers pretty well and highlights just a little bit. My next step is to go in and conceal blemishes. So I'm going to start with the Revlon Colorstay Blemish Concealer in Fair and just use the wand that it comes with. You're going to see that I have a lot of blemishes to conceal right now. My face is kind of breaking out. I've had a lot of stress in the last few weeks, so I'm thinking that's contributing to it. Then I'm just going to pat it in with my finger to blend a little bit. Now I'm going in with the NYX Incredible Waterproof Concealer in Fair, and I'm just going to touch up any areas that weren't fully concealed by the Revlon concealer. I think this one does a little bit of a better job in some places just to cover a little bit of extra redness. To set my foundation and concealer, I'm going to go in with the Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder in Creamy Natural, and I'm going to use my Real Techniques buffing brush just to pat that onto my face and blend it in a little bit. I'm only going to set the places that I put a lot of concealer or foundation and not on my cheeks because I'm going to go in with a cream blush a little bit later. Now I'm going to start on my eyes. I'm going to start with the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Barely Beige, and this is just a light champagne-y color that I'm going to use as a sticky base for some of the loose and pressed pigments I'm going to use here in a little bit. I'm just going to use this all over my eyelid and then a little bit in the inner corner as well. Moving on to the actual eyeshadows, I'm going to start with the Maybelline Color Tattoo Pure Pigment in Barely Brazen, and this is a loose pigment that I'm just going to pat on with the Sigma Eye Shading E55 brush. And you'll notice that I'm patting and not really brushing to start off with because it is a loose pigment. Next I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal 24-Hour Infallible Eyeshadow in Sherry Mary, and I'm going to use the Tapered Blending Brush E40 from Sigma and just sweep that into my crease and into the middle and outer portion of my lid. This is a really light orange color and it's got a little bit of a sheen to it, but it's a perfect color for spring. It's a bright pop of orange that I think reminds me a little bit of a Dreamsicle. To add a little bit of depth and dimension, I'm just going to add a little bit of another L'Oreal eyeshadow in the corner of my eyes. It's the Infallible Eyeshadow in Bronze Taupe, and I'm not taking it too far in, I'm just getting the really outer corner here with the same Sigma blending brush that I was using before. Now I'm going to go back in with my finger and the Sherry Mary orange color and just tap that back into the center of my lid to make it a little bit brighter. And then I decided after I'd started this that I liked taking it a little bit further into the inner corner as well, just because it made it a little bit more bright and springy to me. Now to highlight my brow bone, I'm going to go in with the Milani Brow Eye Highlighter, and I'm going to use the matte cream side. and just pat this under my eyebrows and then a little bit down towards the crease to blend some of the orange and brown in a little bit better. And then I'm going to use my finger to blend that out. Then just to make sure everything is seamless and blended, I'm going to go back in with the blending brush and blend in my crease just one more time. Next I'm going to go in and fill in my eyebrows. I'm going to use the YBF Automatic Eyebrow Pencil in Universal Taupe. So first I'm just going to go in with a spoolie and brush them out, and then I'm going to use the pencil side and fill them in a little bit. It's definitely time for me to get my brows waxed. I get them done tomorrow and my eyebrows are looking just a little bit wonky, so I take a lot of time filling them in, trying to make them look even, and I don't know that I'm particularly successful here, but I tried. Now I'm going to go in and line my eyes. I started with the Jordana Fabuliner Liquid Eyeliner in black and lined my top lash line. And now I'm going in with the Jane Water Resistant Eyeliner in Rose Gold and lining my lower waterline and setting kind of a space for the pigments that I'm going to blend in just a minute. I'm going in with the Sigma E30 pencil brush and running bronze taupe along the outer edge of my lower lash line. And then I'm going to go in with the same pencil brush and Sherry Mary and run that all the way along my bottom lash line just to bring another pop of color there and tie the eye look together. Then I'm just going to curl my eyelashes with my Tweezerman eyelash curler. For my mascaras, I'm actually going to mix two. I'm going to start out with the Maybelline Mega Plush mascara first for my first layer. For my second layer, I'm going to go in with the Jordana Best Lash Extreme Volumizing Mascara, and this one plumps up my lashes a lot more and makes them look a lot fuller and more volumized. Next, I'm going to finish up my face makeup. So first I'm going to contour using the Maybelline Dream Sun Bronzing Powder Matte in 130 Matte Medium, and I'm using my Sigma Large Angled Contour F40 brush to do this. I'm just getting the hollows of my cheeks and then blending around the edge of my face and down my neck just to give my face a little bit more color since I'm super pale right now. For cheeks, I definitely wanted a bit of a glow, so I decided to start with a cream blush. I'm using the Revlon Photoready Cream Blush in Coral Reef with my Real Techniques stippling brush first to give kind of an orangey glow to the cheeks, and then I'm going to add a powder blush on top of that. The powder blush that I'm using is the e.l.f. Baked Blush in Peachy Cheeky, along with the Multitask brush from Real Techniques. To highlight, I'm going to go in with a Goldeny highlight from Hard Candy. It's their So Baked Bronzer in Tiki. It says it's a bronzer, but it's definitely too light to be a bronzer for anybody. And I'm using my Real Techniques contour brush to apply the highlighter. For lips, I'm going to start out with a lipstick, and I'm going to use the Milani Color Statement lipstick in Nude Creme as a base, and this is a really nude, light pinky color. Then I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Color Sensational Elixir colors in Rose Redefined and top the lipstick with that, and it's more of a mauve-y light pink color. This is the final look. It's more of a bronzy, glowing type of spring look. It incorporates some color, but it's still transitioning from the winter. I hope you liked it. If you did, please comment, rate, and subscribe. Thanks!